Jumbo, and good morning, everybody. At least it's a good morning here because today we are rope dropping at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and the sun's not even fully up. That's how early we are right now. It's about 7:50. The park opens up at 8 o'clock this morning. So we've got a lot in store for us today. I see a lot of people on different platforms essentially saying that Animal Kingdom is a half-day park. And well, maybe depending on what your preferences are and what your itinerary is, maybe it is for you. But for me, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can and see how long it takes us to do it. We're basically gonna cover almost everything that Animal Kingdom has to offer. So it's gonna be a long day, lots to do. Let's just jump right into it. Here we go. All right, so we're actually still pretty early. Right now, only the resort guests can actually get into the park. I'm still waiting for a little bit, but only a couple of minutes. The first thing up on the list to do is to head over to Pandora because, well, that's the part that always gets the busiest, the fastest. So we're gonna get those rides first and hopefully not too long of a wait. And then we're gonna go from there and see what we have. So, turns out that the fire alarm was going off, so we were so close to the end there to get on the ride, but these things happen. At least I was able to get like a little lightning lane or a fast pass for it, for like a reimbursement, so that way we can get back on it later, or just any attraction for that matter. But still kind of stings a little bit that we were so close to the ride itself, but what you're gonna do, we're just gonna make the best of it. But it's not going to stop our fun. We're going to keep moving on to the next, and let's go see how long the Navi River journey with that boat ride is going to be. Actually, before we get into the Navi ride itself, because we got here so early and headed straight to Flight of Passage, I wanted to just show you guys around Pandora because it is my favorite park. Or my favorite park, what am I talking about? It's my favorite land inside of Animal Kingdom. It is so beautiful. Look at that. It's just, it blows my mind. Just the detail that goes into this, but I know I sound like a broken record because that's just kind of how I feel about everything of Disney, Universal, but it truly is just like, makes you feel like you're on Pandora. They did a great job. All right, so just got word that even the Navi attraction is down. So basically all of Pandora is shut down for the attractions. Not sure when it's gonna get back up and running, but I guess we're gonna keep on moving. Maybe hit up the safari. So with Pandora essentially being closed, I think everyone had the same idea of heading over to Kilimanjaro safaris in Africa because that's about an hour wait right now. But instead of jumping on that, I think we're gonna go see some animals. After all, we're at Animal Kingdom after all. Let's see what we can find, and then maybe let's go to the Festival of the Lion King show. That's my favorite. So onwards and let's go sightseeing. All right, we have officially made it over into Africa. We're here at the Harambe Theater to go see the Festival of the Lion King. We got an opening show here at 10 o'clock, which is just about 25 minutes. So we're gonna go check this out. It is my favorite show. If you're coming to Animal Kingdom, to me, there's basically three things you don't want to miss out on. First of all is Flight of Passage. Second is going to be the Festival of the Lion King show. And then the third is going to be the Kilimanjaro safaris. And then a bonus would essentially go see the Finding Nemo show. Those four things are the best things, in my opinion, here at Animal Kingdom. So much fun. But again, it's all about your preferences. I just think they're super special and unlike a lot of the other things that you might see across Disney property. So let's get to it and let's go see Festival of the Lion King. It's the Circle of Life. Here we go.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Hello! 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 Look at me! I'm in a parade! Oh, I just can't wait! Everybody, all together now. 1, 2, 3. To be king.
We just got out of Festival Lion King, and I love that show. As you guys can see, it is so much fun. It is great for all ages. So much singing, dancing, pyro, aerialist. What's not to love about that show? I love it so much, and I'm telling you, it is definitely a must-see show if you come to visit Animal Kingdom. Anyways, Pandora is actually up and running again. However, I think instead of going back over there, we're gonna stay at the safaris. The safaris is about a 45-minute wait. Now, here's a little pro tip, especially because we're still kind of getting into the fall, but usually in the afternoons, you never know what's going to happen with the weather. So a lot of the times, you know, maybe save the indoor attractions for later on in the day, like the shows or any of the inside attractions themselves. But anyways, I'm not sure what the weather's going to do, so let's just go right onto the safari and see some more animals.
Inside, behind those trees there, those are bongos. Both male and female bongos have horns on their heads. They're also known as ghosts of the forest because they're rarely seen in Africa. Out there, kind of look like floating rocks there. Make sure we're all staying fully seated. Make sure we're all staying seated. Thank you guys. This left-hand side part of the apartments, mountain zebras. If we look a little bit closely here, this zebra species, they have a black muzzle in front of their face. Pretty good indication that they're black in color with white stripes. For about 30 minutes in an entire 24 hours. That is about all they need. And they're gonna do it all while standing up.
I love the Kilimanjaro safaris. It's so much fun, and I feel like every time you ride that, it's a different experience. You never know which animals are going to be active, which ones are going to be on your side. So again, it's a different experience every single time you ride it, but I love it. It's always a good go-to, and like I said, this is just one of those attractions that I feel is a must visit whenever you visit Animal Kingdom. But anyways, I'm not really sure what the weather is doing right now. It is starting to get a bit overcast, a bit cloudy, and I want to ride Everest before it rains. So let's go do that, and let's head over to Everest. On our way over to Asia, as you're coming from Africa, there's this little path here, which is actually a prime spot to see the Tree of Life. And we're gonna make our way right around here, and we have a photo pass photographer out here that will take photos for you and the family. But this is actually an alternative location to the front, and look at that. It's just a beautiful shot right of the tree. No one really around you. And that's what the beauty of this location is, that it is way less crowded in a prime spot if you want to get that iconic tree in the background for a photo. Okay, so we've made it to Everest, and looking at the sky right now, it's gonna be close. We're cutting it pretty close. It's like right on top of us, but the wait is about 50 minutes. The great thing about Everest, especially if you're here by yourself, is that they have a single rider line. So you better believe I'm taking full advantage of that. So hopefully it should cut down the wait time quite a bit. So hopefully the 50 minutes is more like 30 minutes. Either way, we're gonna find out. So let's go ride Everest. Well, the rain is officially here, but the good news is we were able to ride Everest, and I think we only waited about 20 minutes for that single rider line, so it really helps if you're here by yourself and can take advantage of the single rider lines. Well, you don't even have to be by yourself if you want to enjoy the single rider line, but yeah, not too bad, and we are right next to Nemo and Friends, and there's a show starting in about 10 minutes, so I think this is perfect timing. Let's go swim under the sea with some Nemo and Friends.
I'm gonna go explore in the big blue world that I've never seen before. So many creatures, so many.
Swing to our meeting, and yes, we've seen the light. Each night we fight the fight to curb our enemy. tight and shine already too. Fish are free, 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 not food. What's your one of those for when you get sick at the Eastern Australian Conference? Just keep swimming, swimming. Yeah, Charlie, it's in that direction. Just keep swimming, swimming. Swimming, they're gonna make us up on two right there, Sydney.
All right, Nemo, it was as good as always. I love that show so much. It's about 1:30 right now. The rain has pretty much subsided, and I'm pretty hungry, so I think it's time to get some food. So let's go do that. All right, we made it over to the Flame Tree Barbecue, one of my favorite places to grab something to eat. And today we've got what is mac and cheese, pulled pork, and crispy onions. I love this meal. One of the best things about this meal is it's $12.99, so all the theme park food here is gonna be pretty expensive, but with this, I feel like it fills me up. For $13, when I go to the parks, I like to eat a lot, so this actually fills me up. It's beautiful, it's delicious, and I pretty much get this every single time. So we got to fuel up, and then I think from here on out, we're gonna go back over to Pandora, see if we can get back on those rides, because we still have like that fast pass with that little ticket thing that, because we got kicked off because of the fire alarm going off. So hopefully we can get back on there and get on the ride and see Navi. And then we'll see what time it is after that and just play things by ear. But let's finish this up and then head over to Pandora. This is so good. So good. All right, friends, we've made it back into Pandora, and here's hoping that we can get on Flight of Passage with no fire alarms going off this time. So fingers crossed.
Dr. Ogden is the foremost expert on studying the Ikran and has spent years researching them. Unfortunately, banshees live high in rookeries and humans can't get anywhere near them without becoming their lunch.
I am so glad we were able to get on that. I love that ride. It is my favorite in all of Disney. You know, it's tied up there with Guardians of the Galaxy. I love them both so much, but I'm super happy we were able to get onto that. And I'm not going to waste any time here. Let's just jump right on to Navi, because I think it's like a 45-minute wait. Not too bad, all things considered, because a lot of the times these rides are normally like an hour long or maybe even more than that, especially the Flight of Passage. That one's usually like an hour and a half or so, but so far, not too bad. Let's do Navi. now that we finished the Navi River journey, we only have a few things left. So the next up on the list that we're headed to is Rafiki's Planet Watch, and this is definitely one of those locations that can easily get overlooked. But I'm going to show you guys this little, I don't want to call it a hidden gem, but something a little different and fun. Onwards to Rafiki's Planet Watch. So we made it back into Asia, and how I'm still walking right now is an actual miracle, and I have no idea. But there's two things in Asia here that I want to point out, because we're not going to be able to get to them today. So right up here we have the Feathered Friends and Flight. It is a bird show, and it's entertaining. It's not my favorite show per se, but it is still fun. It's kind of a skip for me, but again, it's something else that they have offered here in the parks, and another show, which it's fun. It's a nice, entertaining show for animals, learn about different birds, but it's a good time. So the second thing that we're not going to be doing today is the Kali River Rapids. And if your idea of fun is getting absolutely drenched in a water ride, then let me tell you folks, this is the attraction for you. You're going to need a poncho if you do not want to get wet, because I'm telling you right now, you will get absolutely drenched and soaked on this ride. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know the last time I've even been on this, because I don't normally like to go on water rides and essentially just be soaked for the rest of the day. But my gosh, look back there. You can just see like the jets. I don't know how well you can see here, but there's some jets back there just nailing everybody as they pass by. Yeah. So if that's your cup of tea, by all means, go for it. As far as the show itself, the Flights in Wonder, or the Birds in Flight, I can never remember what it's called. But essentially for that show, the only reason why we're not doing that is the last show was at 3:45. It is now 4:45 now. So we just missed it for the day, or else I would have done that and get a chance to show you guys. So that's gonna have to be another day to experience that one. And as far as the Kali River Rapids, just not my cup of tea. So with that being said, let's make our way over to Dinosaur. We've made it to our second to last destination here at Dinosaur. I think it's time to go save that iguanodon.
Have the iguanodon and get out before that asteroid hits. Let's roll!
Styracosaurus.
Not our dino.
Warning, meteor shower in range.
Just little one.
Oleoramus. Hadrosaur. Raptor.
Computer, full stop. Identify.
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino.
Dinosaur is always a wild ride, and I am here for it. But now we are on to our last and final attraction of the day, which is going to be It's Tough to Be a Bug. So let's go get to it and let's get on this last one. Well, I stand corrected. It's Tough to Be a Bug closed down several months ago. I don't know where I've been. Apparently not with it. But anyways, that's it. We're calling it a day. The fact that I am still standing right now, honestly, just blows my mind. But today was a full day. We got here at 8 o'clock, went all the way through to now. It's 6 o'clock right now. So there's only actually 1 hour left. I think it closes at 7. I'm not sure on that. But anyways, we did a lot. And there's still several things that we did not get to. So like you have the Kali River Rapids. You also have the that bird show. We didn't do... there's a few other like animal areas that you can walk through, see some more animals. You can also, we didn't do any merchandise shopping, so we did no shopping at all. So there's that. So a lot to do. It's definitely a full park. I mean, again, it kind of depends on what your itinerary is, what your preferences are. But for me, if you want to get the full experience, it's definitely a full day. But a couple of other things that we didn't get to, but I wanted to still mention, is that especially for kids, they have what's called the Wilderness Explorers. It's a fun little activity all throughout Animal Kingdom, collecting stamps and badges as you learn different facts about animals, conservation, and other facts about our planet. And you can just go around to the different stations here, learn about them, and collect your little badge. And then as well, in addition to what you can do here, there's an extracurricular, or just like an extra pay for an activity here called the Wild Trek. I think it's just called the Wild Trek Safari, or Africa Wild Trek. But essentially, when we were on the Kilimanjaro safaris and you kind of seeing the people walking over the bridge, it's kind of like a backstage experience to see the animals more up close. You get to see them from a different perspective, more of a private tour, get some different food. I did this you get like a nice little African cuisine while you're on there as well. I did this maybe, gosh, I don't know, like 10, 11 years ago. It's been a long time, but I loved it. I really, really did. So I can't remember at the time. I think it cost each person around $100 or so, but it was a lot of fun. So check it out, especially if you've been to the parks looking for something different. Go ahead and check it out. But in the meantime, folks, it's time to get out of here and relax, go home. But I hope you enjoyed this. I tried to show you as much of Animal Kingdom as I possibly could, and I'm ready to just pass out right now. So thanks for joining me all, and until next time, please be safe, and hope to see you all again very soon, and stay tuned for that next show. See you guys.